Okay, guys. So last week we started talking about can, could, and be able to. Yeah. And so I think that I made very clear to you that can we use to talk about abilities. Yes. Things that make us special. Okay. Things that
Yes.
I can do. Sorry,
Yes.
skills. Absolutely. Skills. Right? We're all good at something. What I noticed last week is that I don't only have students that are intelligent, but I have also students that are very crafty. Very crafty. When I say crafty, I was amazed. The majority of you, when it's like, okay, what makes you different? Oh, I can draw. I can draw. I can draw. And many students showing, like, these are my drawings. Some students, oh, I can sing, I can play an instrument, and also showing me videos. And I was like, oh, wow, So there are many things. If you think, no, what can I do? I can do nothing. That's not true. Every one of you have something special that you and only you can do. Okay? Good. We said that the past of this can, because this is your ability today. Yes, the things that you can do today. But there are many things that as time goes on and on, you can't do them anymore. Why? Because sometimes you forget. Why? Because sometimes your body changes. So I used to be super skinny and now, a bit bigger. And this changes the body. My balance isn't what it used to be. So I want to do many things, but I can't, We were saying also physical restrictions. For example, that like even if I try, I can't reach the top because I am too short. And this is not going to change. Yes?
Yeah.
And also, as time goes by and I get older and older, I'm going to get shorter and shorter and shorter. Yeah? My mum used to be my same height. My mum now is down here. Yeah, it's true. You start getting shorter. Yeah, my mom's super short now. So this is could, things that we could do before, but then you go, I can't. For example, when I was your age, like in my 20s and whatever, I could stay out all night. I could drink. I could dance till 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. Now, that's true. But now, like I go for, let's say, a drink or two, and 11:30, 12, I want to, but physically my body says, no, you're too tired. And so, I have to go home. And it's true, like I take an Uber home, and in the Uber, I'm like, but not because I'm drunk or anything, it's because my body just, it just says enough. So you see, before I could party all night. I could party, it's true, 2-3 days. Now, one, maybe a month. And it's, enough.
One a year.
Exactly. I can't do it anymore, you see? So I could before, but not anymore. And we're going to see today the difference with the be able to. Now, last week I said be able to, we can use for everything. If I say, I can sing, I am able to sing. Okay? If I say I can't dance, so I'm not able to dance. Yeah, no movement in the hips. Okay, this is all Australian from here down. Let's say when I said, for example, I could speak German, I was able to speak German, right? So I told you guys that we can use able to for everything. But there is a difference. When we use could in the past to say something, Could is for repeated actions, things that I did again and again and again. Okay? So when I was a teenager, let's say 10, 12 years old, I used to be a professional walker. So like you see in TV when they move the bum, yeah, I used to do that professionally. And I would go to a competition, and guess what? I won. I used to win all the time. I used to travel. I used to go to Port Macquarie, Narrabeen, and I would go, walk, and win. I did this all the time. I could beat anybody in my category. But I remember that once I went to nationals, and there was another girl from botany, and we were walking, and she was, we were like neck and neck. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to beat her. She won. I wasn't able to. So when I say I wasn't able to, meaning in that competition, I couldn't. I wasn't able to. That one was like a one-time event. But guess what? I kept on walking, and I could win and win and win again. But that one time, no, I couldn't. Same as, for example, we have one-time events. I have students that say, for example, a student of mine in January. So he was attacked at a train station with a friend. I said, oh, what happened? Well, they attacked him and they broke his tooth. But he was so lucky because he was able to escape. Not he could, he was able to escape because it's a one-time event. Has he been attacked since? No, it was the one time. But he was very lucky that nothing else happened. Yes? So he was able to escape with his friend. If there's a fire, you go, oh my God, is everybody okay? Yes, everybody was able to escape from the building. Nobody died. Everyone was able to escape. These are one-time events. So in one-time events, you always use able to. You always give preference to able to than could. Could, again, repeated action. Do you understand? So that is the big difference between could and able to. Could, all the time. Able to, just the once. Okay? Let's read. We can use can, sorry. Okay. So it says, we can use can to say that something is possible or allowed, or that somebody has the ability to do something. We use can plus the infinitive, do, see. Remember also, we always use can and could with the senses, right? We said with the verb of the senses. So hear, see, what was it? Look, feel, taste, good, thanks, John, smell, right? Okay. So we can see the lake from our hotel. I don't have a pen. Oh, here, you can use mine. Can you speak any foreign languages? What is foreign? So all of you are foreigners. I'm local. You are all foreigners, right? So foreign means from a different country, not stranger. Yeah? So can you speak any foreign languages? Yes, you can. All of you can, actually, right? I can come and see you tomorrow if you like. I can come and see you. The word dream can be a noun or a verb. The negative is can't or can't or cannot. I'm afraid I can't come to the party on Friday, right? So you say can't or can't. And it says here, you can say that somebody is able to do something, but can is more common. So we usually use can all the time, but you can say able to. For example, I can sing. I told you. I am able to sing, right? To say, oh, but I can't dance. Oh, I'm not able to dance, right? But can only has two forms. So this is the problem. Can be present and could can be past. So it is necessary to use be able to. Look, compare. I can't sleep. This means no. Like I can't sleep. Like no. But here when I say I haven't been able to sleep recently, this means in many days I can't sleep. So it's like, oh, I can't sleep. It's like I'm sleeping and I'm, huh? Yeah. Can you keep still? Oh, I don't know what's happening. I can't sleep. Now, but this one says, I haven't been able to. I haven't been able to sleep recently in many days. Tom can come tomorrow. Tom might. Possibility. Tom might be able to come tomorrow. I'm not sure. I don't know. Maria can speak French, Spanish, and English. Yes, she can speak this. Applicants for the job must be able to speak 2 foreign languages. Must be able to. That is the requirement. If you don't apply. Because they're good. Yeah? Sometimes it says sometimes could is the past of can. We use could especially with these actions, with these senses. So see, hear, smell, taste, feel, remember, and understand. We had a lovely room in the hotel. We could see the lake. We were able to see the lake. Yeah, we could see the lake. We could. If I'm on the phone and say, oh, how's the hotel? Oh, it's amazing. I can see the lake. Right? But how I'm talking to say, how was the holiday? Oh, the hotel was awesome. Really? Yeah, we could see this huge lake from the hotel room. So present or past. As soon as I walked into the room, I could smell gas, right? So if I hear in classes and all of a sudden I go, can you smell gas? Oh, I can, it's weird. I can smell, right? And you go, yeah, I can smell it too. Oh, let's go see. It could be an emergency, right? Or just like if you say, when somebody's cooking something in the kitchen, it's like, I can smell smoke. Are you cooking? It's like, oh yeah, oh my God. And you go running, too late, right? It's happened to me sometimes. Yeah, it has. Oh, you know what? I used to, if you burn rice, that is the worst thing that can happen to you, especially in Spanish, because if you burn rice, it means something else, okay? But, you know, like how hard is it or how difficult is it to make rice? But I'd be cooking and then somebody would send me call me or whatever. And, oh, I need you to send me that email straight away. Okay. And I would go, you know, I had like a studio, sit down the computer, but then I would see another email, start responding, and then another email, start responding. And then all of a sudden, doo, doo, doo. Oh my God, the rice, black. Yeah, but it's not the rice that's black. The problem is the pan, because it gets all burnt underneath. And to get that out, like literally, it's better the pan in the rubbish.
True.
Honestly, like I see these hacks on the reels and that. I don't know. I don't know if these are true, but I'm kind of like, But I see that, and I was like, nah. And it's because, you lose concentration. I was sitting at the back of the theater. I was sitting at the back of the theater, and but I couldn't hear very well. Sometimes when I ask you guys questions, and it's like, and I go, sorry, what? Huh? What'd you say? It's not because that I don't understand what you're saying. Sometimes because you're in the back, I can't hear very well. Okay? Good. And we could also use could to say that somebody had the ability to do something or was allowed to do something. So to say, for example, my grandfather could speak 5 languages. Now, my grandfather could speak. What does this mean? Maybe my grandfather today has Alzheimer's. Maybe he can't remember. Maybe my grandfather passed away, so he can't speak anymore, but he could, when you're talking about your grandparents, to say, oh, my grandfather was from da 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 da, and he was born in and he could do this and he could do that, and we could do together, and then you're all talking in the past, and it's like, oh, where's your grandfather today? Oh no, he passed away many years ago. It's like he died. Yes. Or some say, no, my grandfather, he's old. He's, let's say, in a nursing home, or he's in care. He has dementia, or essentially, he could be he can't do it anymore. Yeah. We were totally free. We could do what we wanted. So to say, let's say, with my mom, for example, hey, Mom, I have a brother. Say, oh, can James and I do that? No, you can't. Go clean your room. Go organize your wardrobe. Mom, can we? No. Mom, can I go up? No. But if I went to my grandpops, to my grandma and grandfather's house, hey, Grandma, can I go? The world is yours.
Yeah.
So essentially what I'm saying is that Mum and Dad used to be very strict. Like, no, you can't. No. You're like, no, right? But grandparents, usually it's not that they don't care. It's like they're not Mum and Dad anymore. So they're like, go do, right? And so we could do anything. Yeah, we could stay up late. We could eat ice cream at night. We could watch movies all night. Anything we wanted, because they're like, it's okay. So you see, with some, you're allowed to do things, and others, you aren't. At school, right? To say, for example, remember when you went to school, I presume you couldn't arrive late. This was not allowed because it's not okay. But today, you guys come to this school, 4, 4:30, 5, 5:30, right? It's okay. So it's not the same anymore. As you get older, can you imagine my poor baby on the first day of the uni? She arrived 5 minutes late. And I said, oh, baby, how's the uni? And she's like, I'm in the library. You're what? Yeah, I arrived 5 minutes late, and I didn't want to go inside. But baby, this is the university. You can arrive late. Oh, but first day, so embarrassing. And it's like, no, that's not the way it works. Like in the university now, you can go in and you can go out. At school, no. Remember, at school, it's like, why are you late? To the office, get a pass. Very strict. So there you go. For example, to say, what is it? Before, you could drive with your international license.
No.
Not anymore. Now, what was it from the 3rd of March? I think it stopped.
No,
Now,
28
of February?
March.
Oh, March. Okay. Oh, you've got two.
No,
February.
February.
Oh, February. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, because I know you can't anymore. So you see, so you could use your international license, but not anymore. Now you can't. So you were allowed to use it, but not anymore. You see? So things you're allowed to do and things you aren't. Okay? And this is the big difference between could and was able to. So this is what I was saying, that we use could for general ability. But look at this. But to say that somebody succeeded, right? Winner, chicken dinner, in doing something in a specific situation, we normally use was or were able to or managed to. What does managed to mean? The same as was or were able to. It's the same. So to say, oh, the people, there was a fire last night in the building next door, but everyone managed to escape. Everybody was able to escape. It's like they did it. It's not something that happens every day. If I say, how did you go in your PTE? Oh, I was able to pass. Thank God. Are you going to do this every time? Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. I managed to pass. Oh, really? Same thing. Okay? So the fire spread quickly. And it says not coulda. The fire spread quickly, but everybody was able to escape. I didn't know where Max was. I looked for him everywhere. And guess what? I managed to find him in the end. Okay? And look at this example. So it says compare. It says Jack was an excellent tennis player when he was younger. He could beat anybody. Meaning every time he played, he could win and win and win and win again. He was good enough to beat anybody. He had the ability. But Jack and Andy played a match. They played a game yesterday. And Andy played really well. But Jack managed to beat him in the end. Jack was able to beat Andy in the end. So Jack again was the winner. He won in that game. It was difficult, but he won. So he was able to win the match, even though it was difficult. So he succeeded in beating Andy. The negative is couldn't. Could not is possible in all situations. So my grandfather couldn't swim. So never. When I said he couldn't swim, never swam. I looked for Max everywhere, but I couldn't find him. Andy played well, but he couldn't beat Jack. So Andy played very well, but what happened? He couldn't beat Jack. Do you see the difference now? Yeah? So it's not such black and white, we could say. Yeah? So again, can for present, could for past. Can for ability, could for ability. Could also for possibility. Maybe. Right? Just like your might, just like your may. And we said able to for all the tenses. But when we use could and able to in the past, so could is for that repetition, ability, you could say repeated action, and able to for something very exceptional. I lost my bag with like $10,000 in it. I was so lucky. This beautiful woman found it and she handed it into lost property. So I managed to get my bag back. I was able to get my bag back. Do you think that could happen again? Who knows? And what's more, what are the odds of me having a bag with $10,000 in it again? Probably not. So you see, it's very, very exceptional. Yeah? Okay, start with the exercises. I'm just going to go to the bathroom.
Teacher, can you lend me a pencil?
A pen or okay,
Pencil.
pencil. Oh, I see. Somebody left one here the other day. Maybe that one. Okay. Lexi. Okay, good. You done? Let's see. Did you come last Thursday? No, you didn't. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. This is all this week, okay? Okay, let's see. How do we go? Good? Super easy? Super easy, right? We start slow and then we start picking up the pace. Okay. Okie dokie. So let's see. It says Gary has traveled a lot. He can speak 5 languages. Yes, he has the ability to do this. It says, I haven't been able. Now, when we use have, remember when we use have, we always use the verbs in third column. So we always use the verbs in past participle with have. Because have doesn't mean I have a pen. Have is the tense, correct, of something that started in the past, but we are talking about it now. Okay? So that's why we always use participle. This is why, for example, when we say, how long have you lived in Australia? We don't say how long you live in Australia. That's not correct. How long are you live in Australia? No, that isn't correct either. How long have you lived, meaning from when you arrived until now? Okay? So here it says, I haven't been able to sleep very well recently. This one says, Nicole drive, but she doesn't have a car. So she can drive, right? Independent that she has a car or not. Like, I don't have a car anymore, but can I drive? Absolutely. Can I drive in Australia? No. My license expired. Okay? So, yeah. So, you see what I mean?
Can.
Yes, can. I used to. Now, here, I used to. We were talking about this last Thursday. This was part of the conversation that we were having. You know, things that we used to be able to do. When I said I could, I used to, so this means could. I used to be able to, so it's exactly the same. You know, so when I say I could, in the past, I used to be able to. It is the same. Before. Remember we talked about this on Thursday?
Yeah.
You were talking with everyone like, oh, I used to be able to do this. I used to be able to do that. Correct? That was the conversation you had. How was your conversation, by the way? Was it good? It's very interesting, wasn't it? Hi, Jefferson. How are you? Yeah. Oh, I'm glad. You guys, I saw you were like really with Diego there, like you two
Yeah.
talking a lot. Good. I'm glad. Okay, so I gave you 26. We're on 26 first. That's for this week. All this week, Jefferson, okay? So I used to, and I gave you the answer, right? So here, I used to be able to stand on my head. But, and look what it says, the contrast, but I can't do it anymore. Yeah. Good. Okay. And when we're doing the exercises, Jefferson, if there's something you don't understand, ask me and I'll explain to you. Same Alice, yeah, because you weren't here for the explanation. I can't understand, Mark. Look at this. So this is the abbreviation of have, and it says never. So when you say never, what does never mean? Zero, nothing. Yeah? So I've never, so we said with have, we will use the verbs in participle. So here it's a negative to say, I've never been. Who said that? Been. Being able. So if I'm saying been, I'm using participle, then I cannot use could, can I? Because remember, can is present, could is past. So I've never been able to understand him. I've never been able to understand. I can't see you on Friday, but
I could be able. What can? No.
okay, I can say I can meet, but you want to use be able to? So if you want to use be able to, it says I, and it's in present. Thank you. And it's I'm. I'm. No. I'm. Good. Because it's like this, Angela.
Okay.
I'm. So I'm able to meet you on. So Jefferson, I can is the same as I'm able to. It's the same. You have a question?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm really confused when
Okay.
you need to use haven't
Okay.
or have.
Okay.
It's not very clarified for me.
Okay. So have, haven't, as I said to you, is the present perfect.
Okay.
Present perfect is used for us much more than the past. So the past is an action that has absolutely finished.
Okay.
Have is an action that started in the past and kept on going and kept on going. And we are talking about this today, and it will probably keep on going. So, for example, if you say to me, Nicole, how much time? Yeah. How long have you been teaching? And I'm going to say, oh, I have been teaching for over 25 years. Okay. And how long have you been teaching at this school? So I'm going to say, I've been at this school for 5 years. I've been at this school since 2020. Yeah. Actually, since the 8th of March of 2020. So, yeah, I have already been for 5 years. So, you see what I mean? And look, the 8th of March, and today is the 17th of March, correct? So, the 17th of March, you see, I keep on working. So when I say, oh, I've been here working for 5 years, but I continue, I keep on working. Got it? Thank you. No, thank you. Okay. Good. It says, ask Catherine about your problem. She might. Now, here, we're using might. This is my auxiliary. Might. We saw this last week. We said that might indicates possibility or probability. Yes? Now, if I have might, I cannot use can or could, because we said very clearly that can is present and could is past. So here I'm going to say she might be able to. So be able to, because this is what I use for all the other timing. So she might be able to help you, saying maybe it is possible that she can help you. Maybe she can help you. So if I say maybe, I can use can. But if I use might, I cannot say can. Yeah? You have to be careful in this part of the city. It, and we've got the be, so it can be dangerous. Michael has lived in Italy a long time. So he should, again, this is another auxiliary, not talking about now or before, it's talking about a recommendation, advice. So he should be able to speak Italian. Oh, sorry. He should be, out of the way. The other way around. Sorry. So he should be able to speak Italian. Okay, here you need to write about you. Give examples about you. Something you used to be able to do. So, for example, I used to be able to sing well. So I can say, hey, I used to be able to play the piano. I used to be able to speak German. I can't anymore. See? So you used to be able to. Yeah, something you used to be able to do. Write about you. Okay, can I erase? You've copied the answers, yes? Jefferson? Yes? You copied them?
Did you when you put AUX?
Oh, auxiliary verb. The tense, the time of the phrase. Remember that the two most important things in English is your structure, and number two, the auxiliary verbs, because these are the things that we change. Remember, English is not like Spanish. In Spanish, you change the verb for every time. If it's present, you change the verb. If it's future, you change the verb. If it's past, in English, we don't. The verb is the same, but we add an auxiliary verb. And this is very important because this will tell the person what you are talking about. So just like here, probability, recommendation, or suggestion, assumption. This is what we change all the time. Okay, got it? Good. Okay, so give me examples about you. And the next one, it says something you would like to be able to do. So you talked about that last Thursday in your class, right? You talked about that with your classmate. Something you have never been able to do. For example, I've never been able to understand accounting. I've tried, but just doesn't happen. I would like to be able to. So I would like to be able to travel to Norway to see the Aurelius Borealis. That's something I would, like to be able to do. Okay, good. Give you a few minutes to do that. Give me your ideas about you. Yeah.
Well, right.
I know this place. I know this place. I've never been there. I know it. Yeah. So,
Okay, good. Let's see. Hello, how are you? Did you get so I gave you the other day the 26th, Diego. So this is for this week, okay?
Okay.
26. Here, wait a minute. Yeah, and here you go.
How are you, teacher?
Fine, how are you?
I'm well.
Oh, I'm well. How was the St. Pat's? Not very good. You know what? Here in Darling Harbour, there was like this huge.
No.
I saw some students in the like videos and stuff. It was like really good.
But,
So I'm thinking, oh, next year.
but on Sunday.
Yeah. No. On Sunday, no. On
Saturday?
all the weekend.
No, but I went to St. Patrick, but on Saturday.
Yeah.
In the Rocks.
At the Rocks, yeah. At the Mercantile. At the Mercantile.
The mountain type.
Yeah, the hotel that's under the bridge. There's an Irish pub that's under the bridge. That's my favorite place.
Actually, I don't know because I was 1 hour, 2 hours.
But you didn't see if the Harbour Bridge was there, that you could see the Harbour Bridge. Like literally, you walk out and there's the Harbour Bridge.
Yeah.
And it's the street, and they closed the street and everything. Or maybe you were on the corner
Maybe.
from La Cantina.
Maybe.
So going up, you have the Cantina Argyle up. So maybe that one on the corner there.
I was in the Rocks, in the park.
At the Rocks, yeah.
There was a scenery,
A stage.
a stage with music, one call, but just that.
I'm so sorry. I was working on Saturday and I was like, and then when I was walking home, I was like, oh, that's right. These guys are getting together. No, I was like, no, I'm not going back. But I tell you what, look, listen, on the 5th of April, Miss Lena here is opening her restaurant.
Wow.
Okay. So
Bravo.
the idea, so she's going to be selling arepas filled with, beef, chicken, whatever. All Colombian. Oh, not just arepas, all Colombian food. Okay.
Where?
So in Bexley, North. So the idea is, I said to Lena, is it possible, because they're going to have like games, like, you know, the frog, you know, when you have the coin and you go boom into the frog's mouth, they're going to have games and stuff. So I was saying to Lena that I would like to organize like a table for our class, get you guys to come to see, like, you know, the culture a little bit different. And yeah, let's see if we can get a group of maybe 20 or 25 and have like a cool afternoon. And, you know, they're going to close at 11. So, and then we come back to the city. Okay. So yeah, Lena's going to give us more information next week.
Where is it?
In Bexley North. So like 30 minutes from the city by train.
Ah,
So maybe we can meet everybody in Central. If you want to go directly, fine, but we can get together in Central, and then we take the train and we go. You want to invite your wife?
yeah,
Also,
why not?
I don't care. Like, you know, if you want to invite your boyfriend, your girlfriends, or whatever, bring them. Like, I'm the policy. The more, the merrier. You know what I mean? And that way, it's a great way to introduce your wife to, you know, your classmates. Say, these are my classmates. Like, this is, you know, and yeah, she might also feel more included. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, so I'll definitely get back to Lena before the end of March to say, okay, I need a table for so many. Yeah? Okay? Good.
Thank you.
Beautiful. I love it when you go beautiful. Beautiful. Jefferson finds everything beautiful. Okay, good. Tell me. Something you used to be able to do, you can't anymore. I used to be able to.
I used to be able to speak.
And you can't anymore?
Mm.
Really? Oh, wow. I don't know if I can. You know what? I used to ski a lot, but I haven't skied in many years. Why can't you ski now?
I have no time. Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. No time. So it's not that you can't ski. You're not able to ski because of the time, maybe because of the weather. Now, just so you know, it does snow here in Australia. So in the winter, for example, in July, August, September, everybody goes to Perisher. You know, everybody goes to, what's the other one? Thinking of Chile. Nothing to do. Perisher, everybody goes to Canberra, essentially, okay? So they go skiing. So you can ski here too. Yeah, absolutely. Good. Good to know. You said, because I don't have time. So it's not that he can't do it anymore. He's saying that, you know, I used to be able to ski, but I don't have time. The weather, you know, it's not the best. Hello, Miss Remy. How are you? Okay, amazing. I used to be able to, John.
I used to be able to draw well.
Okay. You used to be able to draw well. So now you what? You draw like shit?
Now I'm not interested in
Okay. So when you say, I used to be able to draw well. Now this is a common mistake, yes, that a lot of people make, okay? This is a common mistake that a lot of people make. When they say, I used to be able, and I asked you, oh, so you draw like shit today. And you said, oh, I'm not interested. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't draw. You still can. You can still draw if you wanted to, but you say, I'm not interested. So I used to be able to draw well. It's like me. Look, I'll give you another example. When I was at high school, I used to sing. And I used to sing for money. I used to go to, like, you know, they used to organize these festivals and they would invite people, and there was like a singing competition every weekend. And because I wanted money, I would go and sing. And guess what? I would sing in English. So literally I would kill it. It's true. I would go to sing in English, like, you know, and it's true. I would win. Just because I sang in English, by the way. Anyway, no, it's true. It's true. In Chile, yeah. It's true. I used to have, they in the stadiums. It's very common that in some places they're very small, like towns, and so they have like festivals for the end of the grape season. They have the Springs festival and so on. They invent like different things, and I would go to sing to make money, and so they would do. Sometimes they would put, like Diego was saying, like they would put a stage, and you would have an orchestra like singing behind you, like playing. You had to practice with the orchestra, and you would get, because that was like the event of the season in the town. So you could probably get maybe 200, 300, 400, even 1,000 people in the stadium. And you would be there singing or whatever. Anyway. So, yeah, I used to sing. And I used to sing, pretty well. So I would win. But as I got older, I started smoking, I started drinking, I started partying. And of course, what happened? My voice went to crap. Right? So I can still sing. Right? So if I say to you, I used to sing quite well, I can still sing today, but not very well. You see the difference? So when you say, I used to be able to draw quite well, right? And I said to you, so you don't draw anymore. And you said, well, I'm not interested. That's not the same thing. Because you still have the ability. Now, if you say to me, Nick, I used to be able to draw quite well. And I say, oh, so you can't draw today. I can still draw. But to say something, I broke my wrist. And so now when I draw, it hurts my hand. And so, the drawings after the accident were never the same. See what I mean? Okay, good. I used to be able to?
I used to be able to run 10K.
Oh, you were telling me about that.
Yeah,
That's right. Jefferson, he used to be like a running freak. And, like he has these goals where, well, I presume, right? He says, oh, I used to run to be very fit, to, help the body and whatever. What else? And then you stopped. Why did you stop? Because of work. You didn't have time, you said. I remember.
What?
No, that you said that you used to be able to run the 10K, but then now with work that you're tired, that you try to run and it's...
Maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, and he says he feels tired. Like he can't. He can't do more than 10 kilometers, even if he tries. So there's an example, you see? So I used to be run 10K. Makes sense. Like I used to be able to run 10K too. Not anymore. Yeah? Good. Lena, I used to be able to?
Run horse.
Ride a horse. And so you can't ride anymore? No. Why?
Because it's just in my country.
There's no horse riding in Australia.
But no, it's free.
Oh, okay. So I used to be able to ride horses for free.
But free, it's like no money. Just
Free as in out in the open. Okay, so you could say in Colombia, I used to, and you can also say that. You could say in Colombia. So in Colombia, I used to be able to ride a horse everywhere. Everywhere. Like literally everywhere without restriction.
Without police.
Without the police.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You just get on a horse and you go. Yeah, no. Here, I think you got to have permit for everything. Even for riding a horse in the city, you reckon? I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Huh.
Normal.
Never tried that before.
And actually, the people use the horse in Colombia for work.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oof, you're right. A lot of people use the horses to go to work or to go to parties even. I remember once we were going to a party with a friend of mine. We were standing on the main road, because we would, get a lift or hitch a ride to go to the party. And a truck stopped with horses in the back.
Yeah.
And they
for
said,
festivals.
yeah. And they said, girls, jump in. And we were like, okay, with the horses. Yep, jump in the back with the horses. So we were in the back with the horses and we were standing there and the horses were here and we were there. And we were like,
No.
But the horrible thing, we arrived to the party because, of course, you go to the party, right? All dressed up, like your makeup and, very sexy type thing. But when we got out of the truck, we were smelled like horses. But this is what I'm saying. Like, these are the things I used to do when I was a teenager. Oh my God. I could write a book, I think, or maybe several chapters. All the silly things. Okay, good. Yes, you're right. Absolutely right, Angela. Okay, something I would like to do. Let's see, Angela, something you would like to do.
I like to be able to ride my horse in Colombia.
Okay, good. Yes. Diego, I would like to.
I would like to have my own plane.
You would like to have your own plane? But, when you say plane, like, I'm not thinking the big one. No, just a small charter. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And, fly it all over the place.
No,
Give flying lessons.
it's not expensive. In fact, if you bring it from USA
Yeah.
to Chile,
Yeah.
it's not expensive.
Not expensive at all. You know what also, when my ex was working in Canada, one of his work colleagues, because in Canada, a lot of people use the small planes to get to work. So planes that are for like 1, 2, 3, 4, maximum 4 people. And he went to work and he invited my ex. He said, come this weekend to my house. Because in Canada, they live very remote, like in the forests, next to the lakes. And so he went, he took photos. I even have photos. And I said, oh, what a beautiful plane. And he said, can you believe? He bought it from China and it arrived in boxes and he built it himself. And he uses it to go to work. Because they work like 7 on, 7 off, something like 10 on, 10 off, something. And but they live in the wild. Because they hunt the bears, they hunt the moose. You know the moose? The moose. Remember the cartoons, Rocky and Bullwinkle?
I think.
Rocky and Bullwinkle?
Yeah.
Well, the moose, like a deer, but a big deer with the big horns. Oh my God. Anyway, they hunt those. He had literally just killed one and he was still cutting it up because that's the food they have for the next 6 months or so. Like, when you see those kind of like reality shows, what are they called? Alone or whatever, when they throw them in the mountains naked for X amount of days and they have to survive. Like, that's how they live. Oh, just by the happy St. Pat's, everyone, by the way. It's today. There you go. There's the moose there. So this is a freaking huge animal. My ex has a video. They were driving in the pickup and one of them was in the middle of the road. It was just standing in the middle of the road. And he reckons that with the windscreen, like the mouth of the moose was like higher than the bonnet. It's a very tall animal. Like you see this video, they're driving and he's like got it there. The moose is just there, you know? Yeah. But they eat them. They eat them. Can you imagine? So yeah, it's new, you know. And in Canada, and you would go, oh, but Canada is a developed country. Yeah, but if you live in the wild, you know, but absolutely amazing. The guy, for example, he fishes trout like this, and everything they freeze. Because in the winter, it's all snow, but they go ice fishing. So ice fishing is when they cut a hole in the ice and they sit there because the fish are still under the water. And they sit there, you know, fishing, you know, catch whatever. Imagine. So this is what I was saying to you. I said to you, Rocky and Bullwinkle. There you go. Moose, Bullwinkle, Rocky, Bullwinkle. See? Okie dokie. Good. There you go. Let's go back to our exercises. Okay. Mikey, something you would like to be able to do?
I'd like to be able to play the guitar.
Okay. Why don't you? What are you waiting for?
When I was in high school, I was like to play the guitar, but
You wanted.
I wanted.
You wanted to play the guitar. And?
We can just choose one activity.
Oh, okay. And so what did you learn?
Draw.
To draw. Okay. So you still want to learn how to play the guitar.
Yes.
Okay. So why don't you? Essentially, it's getting a guitar and then getting a teacher, right? And even, you know what? You could probably, because a lot of people today, they learn from YouTube.
They're by themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. They're self-taught. So, you know, could be. Okay, good. Something, Remy, you've never been able to do. Never, ever. You've tried, but you've never been able to.
Maybe I've never been able to how do you say, put the basketball into the net.
Oh, wait a minute. You've never been able to put the basketball, the ball, into the hoop.
Yeah, how
So
to do that?
you've never been able to score.
Because I can't catch.
But what about free fall, free throw? You know, when you get the ball and you go.
Yeah, it's fine, but I want it.
Oh, so wait a minute. You've never been able to do a slam dunk?
Slam dunk is like this.
Slam dunk is when they run like Michael Jordan, right? And they grab onto the ring.
Yeah, like,
Ah,
I think
slam
I've
dunk.
never been
Nah,
able to-
and you probably would never be able. You probably will never be able to, right? Just like me, I'll never be able to reach this, you know, freaking
Yeah,
board. You know,
yeah.
it's too short. Absolutely. Okay, good. Alice, something you've never been able to do. But I just want one. Just one idea. I've never been able to.
to do something.
Yep. To do what? What did you write in your example? I've never been able to. Do you know?
I think to teach my daughter.
Okay, teach or study with your daughter. Yeah, I've never been able to study with my daughter. Okay, good. Yeah. Lena, I've never been able to.
I've been able to.
Never.
Never.
I've never.
Never to.
No, I've never been able to.
I've never been able to. Teacher, no sé cómo se dice. Silbar.
Oh, whistle. Oh, wow, me neither.
Hmm?
Me neither. No. Nothing. Nothing. Not even the. No. Nothing. Can you whistle? Oh, look at that. Are you? Same thing? Nah. No. Nothing. Can't do it. You, Mikey? Ah. How do you do it? How do you do it?
Just practice.
That's it. Up to there. Yeah. You know what? I thought I would never. I thought. Yes, I'm saying I thought before, but now I can. I thought I would never be able to learn the double R. The R. That took me so long to learn. Yeah. Yeah. Like it isn't.
Chinese can't.
No, you guys can't. Well, you could possibly if you wanted, but you need a lot of practice. You know what I mean? But yeah, it took me a long time. I used to go, and then nah, a lot of practice. Now, yeah, absolutely. Okay, good job. Let's see, complete the sentences. So we've got can, can't, could, couldn't. And we said that we commonly use these with the senses. So here we've got believe, to believe in something. Some of us believe in God, in magic, in goodwill. To come is to come, go, come. To hear, to run, to sleep, and to wait. So I'm afraid I can't come to your party next week. It says, well, let's see. Go up, fill it in, and pass it around.
I don't know.
When Dan was 16, it's in the past. So no can. Could? Yes, absolutely, past tense.
What's wrong?
Sleep. Couldn't sleep. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Couldn't. Voice help. Voice. Couldn't. Sleep.
Thank you, bro.
Go. Eat. Okay. Good job, my friend. See you. See you.
Okay, you guys finished? Fill them all in. Excellent.
Yes.
So it says, when Dan was 16, good, so this is in the past, he could run 100 meters in 11 seconds. Good. This one, are you in a hurry? No. I've got, plenty of time. I can wait. I don't feel good this morning. I couldn't sleep last night. Good job. Can you speak a little louder? A little louder. I can't hear you very well. And I was amazed when I heard the news. I couldn't believe it. Good job. Very, very good job. Yes, so I can erase. Okay, let's go to the last one. And then we'll go to could have. Okay. So let's see here. Was, were, able to. Yeah? So let's see. Okay, Jefferson. And then you pass it around. Okay? Yeah, come on. You can do it. You can do it. So I want you to. So look at the example. Remember we said the difference between could and the difference between, give me a minute. Wait. So remember, guys, I said the difference between could is that could is a repeated action. Something you could do before again and again and again and again. For example, before, you could run 10K. Yes? But let's say one day you were running and they attacked you. And you started punching and kicking and you were able to get your phone and call the police. And so you were able to escape. Yes? This is a one-time event. That is the big difference we said between could and able to. So look at this. It says, did everyone escape from the fire? Yes. The fire spread quickly, but everybody was able to escape. One-time event, not could. Because it's a fire. So luckily, thank God, everybody was able to escape. Yes? Okay, Jefferson, your turn. Number 2. Did you finish your work this afternoon? Oh, very good. Yeah. So yes, there was nobody to disturb me, so I was able to finish. Finish.
Finish.
Yeah. Because I'm saying, did you finish your work this afternoon? Yes. There was nobody to disturb me, to interrupt me. So I was able to finish. Yeah. If I say to you, were you able to finish your work? It's like, yeah, I was able to. Yeah, fine. Can be too. Okay, Remy. And continue down, please. Okay, done? Good. Let's check them. Oh, you didn't do down the bottom. Okay. So here. It says, did you solve the problem? Yes, we did. It wasn't easy, but we were able to solve it. So again, it's like this one-time event. Every time you have an issue, like, you know what I mean? To say something, were you able to apply? Teacher, we applied on Friday. We were able to apply last minute. It's like something that was, you were trying and, you know, one problem after another. To say, for example, I want to go see Andrea Bocelli, but I haven't been able to get a ticket. But I'm trying. So maybe, you know, to say, oh, I'm going to see Andrea Bocelli on the 3rd of April. Oh, really? Yeah. I was lucky. I was able to get one ticket. You know what I mean? Like, meaning I tried and I got it. Yeah. Just like so many, when we were saying that are doing English tests, were you able to get your visa? Oh, yeah, we applied. I was able to get granted, a month ago or whatever. For all those exceptional things that won't repeat. Okay? Good. It said, did the thief, what's the thief? The robber. Did the thief get away? Yes. No one realized what was happening, and the thief was able to. Who wrote this? Who wrote this? Who wrote this?
Me.
What do you mean to escape? To escape. The word is to escape. Yes? So, yes, no one realized what was happening, and the thief was able to escape. Yes. We said also that instead of saying was able to, you can also use managed to. So here I could say, did you finish your work this afternoon? Yes, nobody was there to disturb me. So I managed to finish. Yes, we did. It wasn't easy, but we managed to resolve the problem. Yes, no one realized what was happening, and so the thief managed to escape. So I can use was or were able to or managed. It is the same thing. And again, it's for the one-time event. Okay? Yeah? Good. So here, my grandfather traveled a lot. He could speak 5 languages. We were saying earlier, Diego, that when we say my grandfather, he could speak 5 languages. What could this mean? That today my grandfather, he has Alzheimer's. He can't remember anything. Or he has dementia. Or because he didn't practice, he doesn't know anymore. So meaning before, but not now. Yeah? Or my grandfather passed away. And this is why he doesn't speak anymore. You see? So definitely in the past, gone. I looked everywhere for the book, but I couldn't find it. They didn't want to come with us at first, but I was like, come on. Let's go. Yeah. 5 minutes. Yeah. Huh? Sometimes when you go, hey, let's go to the party. It's like, no, but I'm too tired. Yeah. But tomorrow you can rest. You can sleep tomorrow. Come on, we'll go for a little bit. Yeah, see, right? And you keep on going, okay, yeah. Okay, let me get dressed. We'll go. Huh? So to say, oh, Angela's coming. Oh, really? I managed to convince her, so she's coming. See what I mean? So it's not easy, but you manage to do it. Like, it's like, I did it, right? Same as I was able to convince her. So here it says to convince, to persuade. To persuade somebody is to convince. Okay? Jessica had hurt her foot. And let me just scroll out here so we can finish all these in one go. So here it says Jessica had hurt her foot and walked very well. Couldn't. And so she couldn't walk very well. Very good. Yeah. There was a small fire in the kitchen, but fortunately, I managed to put it out. Yeah. I managed to put it out. I was able to put it out. Same thing. The walls were thin, and I So it says the walls were thin, and so I was right. What? I could hear. And another thing, look, where is it here? Verb of the senses, can and could. So I could hear everything people were talking about in the next room. I ran my first marathon recently. It was very hard, but I managed to finish. I was able to finish. Good. My grandmother loved music. She could play the piano very well. We wanted to go to the concert, but couldn't or weren't able to. Or managed to. You didn't manage to get tickets. You probably tried, but sorry, you didn't manage to get them. Because maybe if there's another concert, you will be able to go. And if there's another one, you'll be able to go. But for this one, you didn't manage to get tickets, so bad luck. Remember, could. Repeated, and couldn't. Repeated either. You know what I mean? Like, if I... right, I get... And it... Can you try and open it for me? So what happened? I couldn't open it. But you see, I tried and I tried and I tried. But here, but you weren't successful. So no, but so we wanted to go to the concert, but we couldn't. Okay, we couldn't get tickets. And sometimes you can use both. Okay. So sometimes, again, which one do I use will depend on what you want to tell me. If you say I couldn't get ticket, context. If you say I couldn't get tickets, I understand that you tried. It just didn't happen. But then we didn't manage to get tickets. Again, you tried, but you weren't able. So, but we weren't able to get tickets. Okay? You tried, it just didn't happen. A girl fell into the river, but some people managed to pull her out. Okay? It's good? Okay. There you go. Hate that. Okay. Any questions? No? Clear as mud? Yeah. So remember, clear as mud. So remember that put it into practice. Put it into practice. If you don't put it into practice, it's just going to be here. So you need to speak. It's not the same. You might have the ability to listen. You might have the ability to learn. But if you don't put it into practice, then you won't have the ability to speak. Correct? So, yeah, try it out. Try it out, really. Thanks, Remy. See you. Okay, we ready? Let's go to the next. So, basically here, the importance was could, actions in the past, repeatedly, was able to, were able to, managed to. Remember, one-time event, okay? Let's have a look at the next one. 27. Could do, could have done. Could do is, you know, when I propose, hey, let's do this. Let's do something. Diego's always organizing things. So Diego might say, hey guys, let's do something. Jefferson goes, oh, I'm game. I'm in. Angela goes, oh, me too. And Mikey goes, yeah, dude, I'm definitely, bro, I'm in, right? So Jefferson goes, hey, what do we do? And Diego goes, I don't know. We could do a barbecue. We could go to a club. We could go for drinks at Scruffy Murphy's. We could play tennis. We could play soccer. We could do a party. There's so many options. Yes? So unlimited. What is the difference with could have done? This means that X situation is over. But I think about it and I go, I messed up. Let's say, for example, at work, you're working wonderfully, but you have a coworker that's like bugging you every opportunity he has. It's like, oh, would you like some work? No. And then, hey, why don't you help? It's like, what? I offered you. When? Those typical, sometimes co-workers that we have that are, I don't know, they just like to press your buttons. And let's say you're fed up. So, boss, we need to talk. What's happening? No, I've been working here for a bit. And, I've been working with Tom. He's a nice guy, like no issues, honestly. But I feel that every time I work with him, we just don't connect. We don't click. Yeah. I tried to help him. He doesn't want my help. Then he's complaining that his back is sore because he does all the work by himself. Blah, 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 blah. And the boss says, don't worry, I'm going to talk to Tom. So then next week, you get a text. Peter, I'm so sorry. I only need you this week, Thursday and Friday. Like, what happened? So you go, okay. And you only go to work Thursday and Friday. Following, hey boss, do you think I will be able to work all next week? I don't think so. I'm doing the best I can, but for now, Thursday and Friday. Oh, but Thursday and Friday is not enough. I need more. I've got to pay the school, got to pay my room, Yeah, but the problem is, that I can't put you to work with Tom because I spoke to Tom and he said no. So he doesn't want to work with you anymore. So then you go, oh. Yeah, right? So essentially you go, crap. You go, maybe I could have done this different. Maybe I could have fixed this problem differently. Maybe I could have spoken to Tom first. Maybe I could, and you start questioning yourself. You question yourself for something that's already happened. It's gone. But because we are human beings, we question ourselves. We do this. When this happens very strongly? After 40, 45. Oh, I could have been a doctor. Could have been a dentist. I could have been single and no children. I would be very rich now. I could have, but you have lived your life. This is too late. What could have doesn't matter anymore. So why think about it? You know what? One of my students said to me that there's and actually I want to try and read it at some point. There's a book that I think it's a philosopher or something he wrote, talking about, he was saying that it's very human of us to always like, oh, I could have done this, I could have done that, or even better, I should have. I should have done this. I should have done that. Why? Why didn't I? Why was I so stupid? Blah, 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 blah. And so he was saying that this is very common. But yeah, at the end of the day, there is no point because you didn't. And if you think that you can change something that's already gone, then you're joking yourself because that time has passed. So when you use the combination of could have, this means the possibility to do this action, but you didn't do it. Okay? So it says sometimes could is the past of can. Listen. Oh, listen. I can hear something. I listened. I could hear something. So here, when I go, hey, listen. I can hear something. I listened. Yeah, I could hear something in the past. But could is not always past. So could can also be possibility, yeah? It could be the possibility. So it says, but could is not always past. We always use could for possible actions now or in the future. So to say, for example, hey teacher, I'm so sorry. I can't come today, but I could come tomorrow. You go, could, but could is for past. Yes, but when I say could, I could come tomorrow. This means it is possible for me. I am able to. So there is possibility. Yeah? So it says could for possible actions now or in the future, specifically to make suggestions. So for example, what shall we do tonight? Well, we could go to the cinema. What shall we eat for dinner? I could cook chicken and salad. When you go to Paris next month, you could stay with Sarah. Yeah, I suppose I could. It's possible. So here, you could stay, like possibly stay with Sarah. Yes, I suppose. I think. Maybe. Perhaps. So when you say I suppose, it's like, yeah, sure. Why not? I could. Can is also possible in these sentences. We can go to the cinema if you want. Could is less sure than can. And this is why we use could. Because can, for us, we can, the sound, it's brutal. It's very dominant. And this is why I say don't use can for everything. Can I get out? It's like, give me. Oh, may I have? Oh, I would like. Could I please get? This is why I teach you this, because when you say, oh, can I get? It's not that it's impolite. It's just very strong. Very strong. When somebody says, can you? And it's like, I want, give me. You know? So this is why we use could. And we say, oh, it's more polite. Yeah, if you want to understand it like that. But no, it's because could has a different intonation. It sounds softer. Okay? Good. So it says, what shall we do tonight? Oh, we could go to the cinema. Now, when she says we could go to the cinema, she's just saying, it's possible. You know, we could. It's a possibility. I'm just putting it out there. But if you say, oh, we can go to the cinema, it's like, oh, do you want to go? You know what I mean? Like when you say, oh, we can do this, it's like, oh, do you want to do that? Because you're saying can. It's kind of like you're predominating that sentence. And it says we also use could, not can, for actions that are not realistic. For example, I'm so tired I could sleep for a week. This is a very common expression we use. You know, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I'm knackered, I'm buggered. You know, I feel like I could sleep for a week. Just like when you're very hungry, to say, I am so hungry, I could eat a horse. Now, literally, you're not going to eat a horse. You're just implying that you can eat that amount of food, like the amount equivalent to a horse. It says, compare can and could. So I can stay with Sarah when I go to Paris. This is real. So I can stay. It's like, yes, I can. So you see, can is very for sure. Very for sure. Maybe, so you've got the maybe, I could stay. So now it's not for sure. It's just a possibility. So maybe I could stay with Sarah when I go to Paris. It's possible, but not sure. This place is a wonderful place. I could stay here forever. Now, that's impossible too. You need to go home at some point. And you also use could, not can, to say that something is possible now or in the future. So to say, that story, that could be true, but I don't think it is. Like saying, okay, I'm going to step the story, but honestly, if you ask me, I don't think it's true. Now, I don't know what time Lisa is coming. She could get here at any moment. Yes? So again, not for sure. I don't know. At any moment in the future. So where's Lisa? Oh, I don't know. She said she's on her way. So she'll, she could get here or she'll probably get here. It's the same thing. She'll probably get here. She might get here. She may get here in any moment. So you see, could, may, and might can all be exchanged. They mean the same thing, yeah? Okay, good. And so it says, compare can and could. The weather can change very quickly in the mountains, yes or yes. The weather is nice now, but it could change, possibly, we don't know. And it says we use could have done to talk about the past, to compare. So it's saying, I'm so tired, I could sleep for a week. I was so tired, I could have slept for a week. So I was before I was tired. I felt that I could have, not anymore, right? So I could have slept for a week. The situation is bad, but it could be worse. So it's bad, the situation, but it could be worse. It isn't, but it could be, possibly. The situation was bad, but it could have been worse. So, for example, if there was an accident and they say 2 people dead, and you see there are 10 cars involved, and you go, wow, 2 people dead, like for 10 cars of accident, you might, oh, it could have been worse. Could have been worse. Like if you think about it, the result or the ending could have been different. Yes? Okay. So something could have happened that the outcome, the result could have been different, but it did not happen. So thank God, right? When you go, oh, thank God everyone is okay. To say, for example, the building on fire, we said that everybody managed to escape. To say it was midnight and everybody was sleeping. Oh, thank God the smoke alarms, worked properly. It could have been worse. Everybody could have died. Yeah, it's very common. When you watch these movies, what is it? The one with The Rock, the the one about the earthquake at San Andreas or some San Andreas fault or something, whatever. When he goes to, what else? Any type of movie like that, when they analyze after, documentaries even, if you pay attention to when they're talking and they go, this happened, this happened, this happened, thank God this worked, this worked, this worked, or we would have been sorry, like the disaster could have been bigger. So that's what I say could have been. Why did you stay at a hotel? You could have stayed with me. It was possible to stay with me. David was lucky. He could have hurt himself when he fell, but he's all right. And I couldn't do is, just like when we were saying, I've never been able to. So to say something that you tried, you just couldn't do it. And so I said, I couldn't draw. I couldn't go to a competition when I broke my arm. I couldn't go on holiday last year. I couldn't, etc., etc. Yes, I couldn't live in a big city. Why? Because I know that I would hate it. It's not for my personality. It wouldn't be possible for me, for my personality. So, like saying I wouldn't be able to. Same thing. I wouldn't be able to live in the country. It's too quiet for me. I prefer to live in the city. Well, this person says, I couldn't live in the city. Even if I tried, it would drive me crazy. Everything is fine right now. But it says things couldn't be better. It's like top notch. Things couldn't be better. It is absolutely amazing and awesome. Everything, happy days. Yeah. So it couldn't be better. And lastly, it says, for the past, we use couldn't have, always for the past, always when we're combining the could, the might, the may, the might, always with have, we use in past tense. Because remember, if it's past, could, that's it. But because, we're talking about the past, but we're adding on the possibility, so now we're talking about past possibility, which, sorry, it didn't happen and probably won't. Okay? So if we're using that may, might, or could even, exactly, in the past tense, we're going to say with have. So, two meanings. I couldn't, it would not be possible now, I would not be able to. So, for example, when Jefferson says, I couldn't run 10 kilometers now, I'm not fit enough, that's impossible. Couldn't, I was not able to, so I just couldn't. I couldn't run yesterday because I'd hurt my leg. Just like to say, I couldn't pass my English test even if I tried because I need more study. My English isn't good enough. To say, oh, I've done the PTE 5 times and I couldn't pass it. I couldn't pass the speaking. So, not happening. Okay? Good. Okay, last example. Just a thought. So we're going to do the exercises tomorrow. If you want to try them at home, go ahead, do them. Yes? But I just want to show you an example. So I always like to reflect back to singing, to songs. I think there is, in these type of cases of possibility of your maybe, songs, especially love songs, are a very, very good way to demonstrate, how a person's feeling. So this is a very old love song from my time, from the 80s. But I love it because I think it expresses very well grammatically what we're talking about. And give me a sec. With this, we'll finish for today. This one.
Internet connection.
So look what she's saying. Look, let's go back a bit. So she says, the flowers you gave me, yes, she says, are just about to die. What does that tell you?
Like broke relationship.
Okay, so they broke up, but how recent? So the fact that she says the flowers you gave me are just about to die, this tells us they just broke up. Very recently, the flowers are still alive. They're about to die, but they haven't. So maybe what, a week or two? So this is very raw, huh?
One day.
No, flowers don't die on the next day. Come on. Maybe if they're old, could be, but maybe. But, we're just saying that the flowers are still alive. So this means that they were in a relationship, as you said, they broke up and they were in a relationship very recently. And then she says,
It's broke up.
yes, because the word, the action is to break up.
Okay. In past broke.
So broke up. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So to say, hey, how are you and your girlfriend? Oh, we broke up. Really? Yeah, last week. It's like, oh, okay. And then she continues and she says, when I think, see, this is the problem. We're human beings. We think all the time. So when I think about what could have been, when I think about the possibilities, but now they're gone. Yeah? She says, makes me want to cry. Why? Because she had dreams, she had expectations with this person, and now they've all disappeared. Yeah? So she says, the sweet words you whispered. So it's like, right? Whatever. She says, didn't mean a thing. So she says, I guess our song is over as we begin to sing. So what she's saying is before we even started, it was gone. It was finished. I guess our song was over before we began to sing. So it was over before it even began. So a very short relationship. Yes? So you see, she's talking about the possibilities. He says, it could have been so beautiful. Will we know? No. Don't know now. It's gone. And it could have been so right. Like meaning so good. So she says, I'll never hold. So meaning having to hold, you know, when you have that feeling and you keep on thinking about it again and again and again. But she says, I'll never hold onto that feeling. She says, on a cold and lonely night. So saying that now she doesn't have anything. Yeah? Okay, so she says, the memories of our love still linger, so are still in the air. Of course, it's very recent. She's still thinking about this person. Yeah? So still linger, to linger. It's like, you know, when a person passes with the perfume and you can smell it. The person leaves, but you smell that scent in the air. That is to linger. Or when somebody, for example, is walking around and they're like, you know, like this, you know, they're not doing anything, but they're walking around not doing anything. And so that is to linger. So why are you lingering? Go do some work. Okay? See? So she says, like the faded scent of your roses. So just like the smell of the roses, I have it like in my mind. It's not in the air, but I have it here. I'm thinking about that. So it says your memories are here in my head, playing on repeat. And they go with me everywhere.
Thank you, teacher. Bye.
So she says, every time I get my hopes up, they always seem to fall. So meaning, you know, she starts building these ideas in her head, these dreams, but then she gets disappointed because it doesn't happen. And she says, but still, thinking about what could have been, even if it's not going to happen, but thinking about the possibilities that could have happened, right, is better than anything at all. Nothing at all, she says. So she's saying, even though there's just a little bit of memory, it's okay. It's good enough. You know, it makes me feel better than nothing. You see? So you see this song, you go, oh, it's a sad song. It's a love song. But the words are very, very profound. They're very deep. Correct? Okay, good. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we'll talk more about this, okay?